Hello everyone and welcome back to Southern Miss TV. I'm Dima Mixon and joining me today is Justin Bell, our new anchor for Southern Miss TV. How are you, Justin?
Hey Dima, I'm doing well.
Great.
So excited to be a part of the team.
Hey, I'm glad that you're here, man. Why don't you start us off?
Absolutely. 2 USM students were kidnapped outside of Brewski's on Saturday. Mississippi State legislator voted on a bill that could potentially change how educators teach Black history.
The NPHC hosted a fun event for students to get involved, and USM introduces a new minor for all students.
All of this and more today on Southern Miss TV. Two female USM students were kidnapped from the parking lot of Brewski's and taken to a nearby convenience store on Saturday, January 30th. According to a Hattiesburg Police Department spokesman, when officers arrived, they were informed by two females that 17-year-old Jaquan Page approached them sitting in their vehicle. Page had a handgun and forced them to drive to the convenience store. The female students went inside the store and Page left the scene. Students are encouraged to pay attention to their surroundings, note any suspicious activity, and if they feel unsafe, alert the authorities immediately. To report any suspicious activity, contact campus police at 601-266-4986.
The Mississippi State Legislature recently voted on a bill that could potentially ban educators from teaching critical race theory. Southern Miss Student Media Center reporter Kyra Lampley has more on the story.
On January 21st, the Mississippi State Legislature voted on a bill that could ban the teaching of critical race theory in Mississippi schools. Those in opposition of the bill argued that it could be arbitrary to the education of future generations of children here in Mississippi.
This push for legislation has caused controversy as people debate that the past of Mississippi is no more and has evolved into a much more inclusive environment. But others argue that Black Mississippians are still dealing with the repercussions of systemic racism. Dr. Cheryl Jenkins, the Associate Director of the Southern Miss Center for Black Studies, says that teaching critical race theory is vital to the educational experience.
It's an understanding or a prism or way of understanding why racial inequalities continue to exist in the many systems in our society, like our criminal justice system, our educational system, or economic systems. And so I use critical race theory specifically in my graduate courses to talk about how those racial inequalities are represented and perpetuated through our media system. The media has historically been an effective tool to create or produce cultural myths that suggest that many marginalized groups in our society are deserving of the discriminatory practices that serve the interests of the most powerful in our society. So I think it's important for my students, as students of the media, to understand how this system works.
Many are still wondering how this will affect the future instruction of classes here in the state of Mississippi. Only time will tell. This is Kyra Lampley for Southern Miss Student Media Center.
After the break, we'll see how the NPHC gets USM students involved in their events to raise awareness for the organization.
And a USM student will introduce us to a new minor taking root on campus. Stay tuned after the break.
I got my COVID-19 vaccination, and here's why. This isn't about gimmicks or sentiment or what commercial I like. This is about facts. COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. Millions of doses have already been given in the United States, and these vaccines have the most intensive safety monitoring in U.S. history. When you need more information, use a reliable source like the CDC website, and get the facts.
The NPHC hosted a fun event called Finish the Lyric to get students on campus involved in their activities. Southern Miss TV reporter Cordavian Carter has the story.
The NPHC is an organization that consists of all the fraternity and sorority life here at Southern Miss. We here at Southern Miss Student Media capture one of their events they use to get students out of their shells. The event that we captured was the annual Finish the Lyric. The rules of the game were that the DJ played a song where the groups had to figure out the lyrics. There were 4 groups consisting of 8 to 10 people, where the 2 groups that had the lowest number had to switch out while the top 2 stayed in. The NPHC hosts these events to get students active and interested. President Julian Banks spoke about what he loves most about the NPHC.
Honestly, the family aspect of it, I told my executive board before coming in as president that I wanted us all to be more so a family than just colleagues because you work better as a team that way.
I asked senior member Quan Lewis to share about how inclusive the NPHC is to other members.
I would say we are evolving. These organizations are set out to build the success of minorities, but we also don't discriminate. As long as you have the passion for uplifting our minorities, it's inclusive for anyone.
We got an interview with former President Sharice Wright, and this is what she had to say to the students of Southern Miss.
Back to Southern Style days, be present. The best thing that you could ever learn to do is to take each moment for what it really is. Have that opportunity to grow and learn, and don't be so focused on the future or what happened in the past that you can't appreciate what's going on right now.
This was Cordavion Carter reporting for Southern Miss Student Media.
If you would like more information about the organization, visit the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life in the R.C. Cook Union building.
USM has a new minor intended to attract people who wish to incorporate their savvy social media skills into a career. The social media content and strategy minor was birthed from a collaboration between the School of Communication and the School of Marketing. The 21-hour minor takes courses from social media, design, marketing, and communication from both schools. Senior Public Relations and Advisor Team Manager Vivian Cookmeyer has the new minor, and she provided Southern Miss TV with insights she deemed worthy of sharing.
It is really important. I think if you were a communications person not in the minor and you were just taking a social media elective with Dr. Davies, you would get a lot of information, but you wouldn't be getting as much as if you were in the minor and you saw both sides of it.
Information about course requirements and electives needed for the minor can be found at catalog.usm.edu.
After the break, we'll take a look at how our Golden Eagles sports teams are shaping up and get a peek at the NFL standings for the Super Bowl.
And we'll see yet another new face who has everything you need to know about the community calendar. Stay tuned.
Hattie's Burgers and Blues. Burgers, craft beer, music. Downtown Hattiesburg.
Now we head on over to our sports recap with Austin Lindsay. How are our teams looking, Austin?
They're looking great, Justin. Welcome to the show. The Lady Eagles continue its win streak over UTSA Monday to take first in the West Division. This makes it their 4th straight win, but it wasn't an easy bout. Going into extra time to settle the dust. Hear from Southern Miss TV reporter N. Yantine on the Lady Eagles' nail-biting win.
The Southern Miss Lady Eagles faced the UTSA Roadrunners in what was an absolute thriller. Steals, blocks, and charges led the way to give Southern Miss the win. But defensively, you guys did execute on a lot of points. You guys did have a lot of steals. Is that a thing?
That's who we are.
Just strategic game plan, or just
no? That's who we are.
Okay.
That's our attitude. That's our culture. Is we want to be the toughest team on the floor. Mm-hmm. That's what we want to be. Loose balls, hustle plays. You'll see a chart in our locker room. We chart hustle plays every game.
Lady Eagles claimed a 60-57 victory over UTSA thanks to their hustle mindset. Although Southern Miss was inconsistent offensively, they were locked in all game on defense.
The Lady Eagles finish its 4-game home slate up against UAB this Thursday in a marquee matchup at 6 p.m. back at the Greenhouse. Southern Miss basketball traveled to Boca Raton, Florida, finishing its Florida slate of games on the schedule. The Golden Eagles lost a lopsided one, 84-57 against FAU on Saturday afternoon. The loss makes it 5 straight for the Golden Eagles, who are 1-8 in the conference. FAU owns the Golden Eagles, leading by as many as 28 points in the second half. Southern Miss freshman guard Jerron Pierre Jr. led the Golden Eagles in scoring for the 3rd game in a row with 19 points on 7 of 12 shooting. Men's hoops now face UAB in Birmingham, Alabama, and return home for Valentine's Day against Western Kentucky. The Lady Eagles have captured first in CUSA West, in the CUSA West standings with 3 wins in 5 days. The first seed comes as UAB is struggling, as in the last 2 matches, it has lost 75-55 against Middle Tennessee and Monday night against North Texas, 67-54. However, the Lady Texters of La Tech have caught fire, winning its last 4 games to move into the 3rd seed. We have a new addition to the Southern Miss television family. I would like to introduce our newest sports reporter, Nathan Lee. So Nathan, tell me, man, where are you from and what's your major?
Yes, Austin. It's an absolute honor to be on here with you, my man. I am from Purvis, Mississippi. I am a journalism major here at Southern Miss, and just trying to get my feet wet in a little bit of everything,
Got to, man. That's a must. So, man, as a sports reporter, you have to have your favorite sport, man.
Oh yes. And that's a great question, man. It's a hard one too. It's hard to just put down one as your favorite sport, but I would have to definitely pick football. Basketball's close, but football's number 1.
You got to be a Cowboys fan.
No, I'm a New Orleans Saints, man. New Orleans Saints.
We're rivals already.
Oh, you know it, man. You know it.
But I'm glad you're on here, man, Nathan, and I'll hand it over to you. So here's my co-anchor, Nathan Lee, to cover Southern Miss softball. I almost said football there. And preview Super Bowl 56. It should be a good one. Take it away, Nathan.
Thanks again for the welcome. It's going to be fantastic, Austin. Don't forget, Golden Eagles softball gets its season underway on Friday, February 11th. It's a doubleheader against North Alabama starting at 4:30 p.m. At 7 p.m., they take on St. Louis. And now, Super Bowl. After a long season of unexpected twists and turns, the biggest game and spectacle in the world is here, Super Bowl 56. This year's Super Bowl matchup has Cincinnati Bengals facing the Los Angeles Rams. The Bengals are having what many would consider a Cinderella season. One person who does not believe that one bit is Cincinnati quarterback Joe Burrow. The second-year superstar has put together an impressive postseason campaign, throwing for 842 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Burrow has also received help from his young playmakers in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Mixon. However, they'll have to face one of, if not the best defensive line in the NFL, led by all-time great Aaron Donald. The Rams' offense is led by one of the best quarterback-wide receiver duos in the league, with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. This season, Kupp has put together one of the greatest wide receiver seasons of all time. Stafford has stepped up in a major way since the playoffs started, only throwing 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. This game is going to be a classic waiting to happen, and I hope y'all enjoy it just as much as I will. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Austin and Nathan. Now let's check out the community calendar to see the latest events happening in Hattiesburg.
Once again, the calendar is a gift that keeps on giving this February. Come take a look at the events planned for Black History Month, this time on USM's Hattiesburg campus. The African American Student Organization hosts the Cultural Legends Ball. Relive the Harlem Renaissance right here on Hattiesburg's campus. Join us for a celebration of Black heritage and culture dressed as your favorite legendary historical figure in Black history. Dinner and entertainment will be provided. Entertainment includes dance, poetry, spoken word, monologues, and musical selections. The event begins February 11th at 6 p.m. in Trent Lot 103. For more information, visit the website on the screen or stop by the Office of Inclusion and Multicultural Engagement, located in the Hub 104. Shades of the LGBTQ+ is a collaboration with the GSA and PRISM. This event aims to educate members about intersectionality within the LGBTQ+ and the POC community. The event begins February 16th at 5:30 p.m. and is located in Union H. For more information, visit the website on the screen or stop by the Office of Inclusion and Multicultural Engagement, located in the Hub, room 104. And finally, for those of you wishing to be a better ally to the LGBTQ+ communities, Allies Training is where you need to be. This sensitivity training plans to highlight African Americans who contributed to the lesbian and gay rights movement. The event begins February 18th at 2 p.m. in the Thad Cochran Center, room 210. For more information, visit the website on the screen or stop by the Office of Inclusion and Multicultural Engagement located in the Hub, room 104. Here at Southern Miss TV, Community Matters. If you would like to submit your next event for the community calendar, please send us an email to sm2.news@usm.edu with your event details. This is just one of the ways we say thank you to our community for watching Southern Miss TV and supporting us here at Southern Miss Student Media Center. Back to you.
Thank you to our new community calendar anchor and sports recap co-anchor. So Justin, you've just wrapped up your first episode of Southern Miss TV. Are you glad to be here?
Absolutely. I feel right at home. Good. I'm so excited to be here with you guys and to share these stories.
We're glad to have you. Were you a little nervous or were you good? Kind of relaxed?
I think I had a lot of fun for sure. Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Well, why don't you take us home?
All right. I'm Justin Bell. Thank you so much for having me on Southern Miss TV, and thank you for watching. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube at Southern Miss Student Media Center.
And as always, if you would like to submit a story topic or be a guest on one of our upcoming shows, email us at sm2news@usm.edu. I'm Dima Mixon, and we'll see you next week on Southern Miss TV.
Thank you for watching SMTV News. Follow us on all our social media platforms for news, entertainment, sports, and more.
At Southern Miss Student Media, our mission is to shape the future of our students. If you're good at what you do, you can work anywhere. If you're the best at what you can do, you can move mountains. Southern Miss offers you a degree. Southern Miss Student Media offers you experience. With a combination, you're undefeated. Join us at Southern Miss Student Media, and together we will lead you to a lasting career. Visit the Student Media Center today, College Hall 301.
In America, millions of people, including children, are facing hunger. I only have $10 in my checking account, but it will be okay. I at least have food because of this pantry. Donna from Washington. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Donna. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Southern Miss Student Media Center is proud to offer local businesses an opportunity to advertise on SM2 Digital Media, WUSM Radio, Southern Miss TV, and the Student Prints. Promote your business or event with the Southern Miss Student Media Center at USM. Think of your ad reaching over 6,000 students on social media, SMTV, WUSM Radio, and the Student Prints, a combination you can't beat. Our in-house creative team is ready to produce your commercial or digital ad. Advertise your business on SM2. Give us a call today.